I was having a conversation with an old friend of mine the other day about unconventional mothering, and we were talking about the experience of being able to trust the wisdom in your heart. And he asked the important question, but what about the times when you don't even know what that wisdom is saying? And I'm really grateful for his question, because it's helped me clarify that we can potentially have two experiences. One, when we are going through these periods of disconnection, depression, feeling dispirited, depressed, disillusioned, we don't even know what our heart wisdom is trying to say. Like, it can feel such a dead energy, a sort of cavernous place. We have no idea what our heart longings even are. We could feel so off track in our lives. We don't even know what the heart is longing for. So one possibility of where you could be now, where I've been, where many of us have been. And two could be that we know what our heart wisdom is saying. We know what the longings of our heart is, but we don't have the courage or the confidence to trust them. We feel so diminished. We feel so still not yet the women that we are and the children that we were, ruling and trying to control the situation out of fear and not feeling safe, that we haven't yet fully grasped, accepted, assimilated the gift that is our life, that this is our life, no matter the hurdles, as horrendous, horrific, challenging they may be, consistent, this is our life. And so through this unconventional mothering journey, my intention, and this is a segue into something else that I want to clarify and speak to, is I'm constantly going to be sharing things that are constantly helping me get closer to this heart wisdom, get closer to living in a way that there is a seamlessness and a presence, an increasing presence. Because what is presence other than a conduit to living in deep relationship, to an affinity to everything that dwells within our hearts? And that equally sharing all the allies that are consistently coming into my life to help me heal the unhealed trauma from childhood, gain greater clarity about who I am as a woman, who I'm being, and yeah, I'd like to read something, because I think, you know, when I read this 2 years ago, pretty much 2 years ago, and when I read it, my heart sunk, and I can explain why. But I'm grateful for it now, and so I wanted to share that, because I think if we are in these periods of deep disconnection, and it's been going on for a while, my understanding, and I want to clarify this, I'm not speaking to you as a therapist, I'm not speaking as a coach, I'm speaking with namely one, as a woman, as a mother, from what I've experienced, from a deep sense of us as women, that we are, all the inner work that we do is of benefit to us all, and that the more we share this and support each other and uplift each other, we do change the whole fabric of our world. I can speak with some experience and confidence and knowledge of being a yoga teacher, and will always be integrating my understanding of what yoga is in relationship to a bigger picture of how we relate to our world and our bodies and our emotions. And then with a love of meditation. I wouldn't say the same confidence and as I can speak about yoga, simply because I'm consistently learning to work with my mind. And I have profound love for meditation, but the confidence is more with the yoga practice. I can speak about that on a deeper essence, and in many ways, you know, meditation is just sort of so ongoing. but I can share the love of it. I can share the love of it. Yeah, and then this is where the allies will come in, and I want to share them because they're incredible people, and I wouldn't be where I am today without them, and I won't be where I'm going to be in a year without them as well. So I want to share their wisdom. And so, but this is one thing that really touched me. So 2 years ago, I was reading Clarissa Pinkola Estes' book, Women Who Run with the Wolves, contacting the power of the wild woman. And I can't find it, but in a section at the back, she speaks to the fact that when you have been living a life so adrift to your wild senses, which is my understanding of our living in connection with our heart, do not assume that what you take to be intuition or insight is such. Because if you've been living in a mangled way, it can take 2 years to really get back to a space where there is, I guess, what the Buddhists call right action, right thought, clear thought. And if you are like when I read this in deep pain, that feels cruel. But I wanted to share that in the spirit that this is ongoing. We are ongoing. I think we are living through a crazy time in the world. Things have become crazy, increasingly so. But it's in us coming together that we're going to change that. My sense. So I wanted to read this to you, and with a tremendous sense of solidarity for all of you who may feel in that place where the heart wisdom feels an obscure thing. Might not even feel like something you have any faith in anymore. It's still there. That's still there. I just want to say that. And I'm in a constant in and out and flow and spiraling and pushing away of my own. But I do believe that the more of us keep connecting to this wisdom, the more of us we can support that in each other. So I just want to read this to you. Let us admit it. We women are building a motherland, each with her own plot of soil eked from a night of dreams, a day of work. We are spreading this soil in larger and larger circles, slowly, slowly. One day it will be a continuous land, a resurrected land, come back from the dead. Munda de la Medra, psychic motherworld, coexisting and co-equal with all other worlds. This world is being made from our lives, our cries, our laughter, our bones. It is a world worth making, a world worth living in, a world in which there is a prevailing and decent wild sanity. When we think of reclamation, it may bring to mind bulldozers or carpenters, the restoration of an old structure, and that is the modern usage of the word. However, the older meaning is this. The word reclamation is derived from the old French réclamer, meaning to call back the hawk which has been let fly. Yes, to cause something of the wild to return when it is called. It is therefore, by its meaning, an excellent word for us. We are using the voices of our minds, our lives, and our souls to call back intuition, imagination, to call back the wild woman. And she comes. Women cannot get away from this. If there is to be change, we are it. We carry la quisib, the one who knows. If there is to be inner change, individual women must do it. If there is to be world change, we women have our own way of helping to achieve it. Wild woman whispers the words and the ways to us, and we follow. She has been running and stopping and waiting to see if we are catching up. She has something, many things to show us. So, if you are on the verge of breaking away, taking a risk, daring to act in prescribed ways, then dig up the deepest bones possible, fructifying the earth and natural aspects of women, of life, of men, of children, of earth. Use your love and good instincts to know when to growl, to pounce, to take a swipe, and when to kill, when to retreat, when to bay till dawn. To live as closely as possible to the numinous wild, a woman must do more head tossing, more brimming, have more sniffing intuition, more creative life, more get down dirty, more solitude, more woman's company, more natural life, more fire, more spirit, more cooking of words and ideas. She must do more recognition of sorority, more seeding, more root stock keeping, more kindness to men, more neighborhood revolution, more poetry, more painting of fables and facts, longer reach than to the wild feminine, more terrorist sewing circles, and more howling, and especially much more canto hondo, much more deep song. She must shake her pelt, strut the old pathways, assert her instinctual knowledge. We can all assert membership in the ancient Scar clan, proudly bear the battle scars of our time, write our secrets on walls, refuse to be ashamed. Lead the way through and out. Let us not overspend on anger. Instead, let us be empowered by it. Most of all, let us be cunning and use our feminine wits. Hold out till you find the ones you belong to, like the ugly duckling. Clear the creative river so that La Llorona can find what belongs to her. Like the handless maiden, let the enduring heart lead you through the forest. Like La Loba, collect the bones of lost valuables and sing them back to life. Forgive as much as you can, forget a little, and create a lot. The daughters of your daughters of your daughters are likely to remember you, and most importantly, follow in your tracks. So, for knowing that in you, you have the love so that every generation who is going to follow you is going to follow in the freedom that your life has created and contributed to, and with a deep honoring of that, for your courage, for the loneliness, for the deep pain, for the anger, for the shame, for all that you have hidden and all that you have carried. In gratitude of all women everywhere, to the feminine spirit, to Mother Nature, to the great holding that is our home, that is this planet, to the great gift that is you. Thank you so much for watching. If in any way you feel to share this with one woman whose song you feel you share, one woman whose song you feel you can go out and just sing together, or hold hands, or cry, or weep, or laugh, or drink tequila, or smash glasses and near the fire, or light a fire and just put your hands up to be warmed. Please share this. Come to alfraser.com. It's going to be our temporary holding place as Unconventional Mothering grows, as we support each other, transform our to om. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. With much love.